This video is 1000% inspired by Billy Yang. If you don't know who Billy Yang is, I'm not really sure what to tell you. I've decided that I'm going to try to qualify for, forget that. I'm going to qualify for Boston Marathon 2021. The reason why I say 2021 is because I don't know if I'm ready to run under 3 hours or 3 hours or less by this September. It's only April, haven't run a marathon yet at all, so I don't know if that's necessarily a good idea. And here we are almost 2 years later. That video was made on April 18th, 2019, and so almost 2 years to the day later, on April 25th of this year, 2021, I officially qualified for Boston 2022. It didn't work out for the 2021 because of 2020 Glass City and a bunch of other marathon races that would have been used for me to qualify to get into the Boston Marathon were canceled because of the pandemic, so that didn't work out. So I trained, kept going hard, all that good stuff, put in crazy amount of miles, and I ran a time of 2 hours, 48 minutes, and 43 seconds at Glass City, Toledo Marathon on the 25th of April of this year. So I've officially made it. My qualifying standard for Boston is 3 hours and 5 minutes. So with a 2 hour, 48 minute, what is that, math, 17-minute window, or 17-minute buffer I gave myself, I think that I'm like a shoo-in for at least the 2022 marathon for sure. It's just crazy looking back at that moment when I was like, yo, I'm going to decide to do this, decide to go after this goal. I think at the time, my PR for a half was hour and 30 something, maybe 35. I'm not really sure what it was at that time. So just to look back and see like how excited I was about like taking on this challenge, I had no idea like how that was gonna happen. It wasn't like I was like, I didn't know. All I knew was like the time that I needed to run. I'm not even sure if I knew about the buffer that you need lower than the standard at that moment. Maybe I did, but I'm not sure. But I absolutely had no idea the amount of miles, the speeds, and all that stuff needed to be able to sustain a sub-3 pace for 26.2 miles. I was ready last year, but the pandemic happened or whatever, and it turned out that I was even more ready this year. My goal last year, if I had run a marathon last year, was going to be like 256, 255. But kept training, kept going, got a stress fracture or caught a stress fracture or had whatever from July 2020 to September, October. Actually, I'm sorry. So from July to like November, I was out pretty much. Tried to come back one time in there in the middle. Seemed to be a little bit too early. Still felt pain. Came back in November, December, started running again. Ramped up pretty quickly to get ready for the 12-week marathon segment to start on the 1st of February of 2021. Started running, but the cool thing about being down, I don't know what this episode is about, but the cool thing about being injured, if you look at it the right way, it wakes you up to the concept of like you need to do more stuff outside of just running. A lot of us, have full-time jobs, family, kids, wives, husbands, stuff, dogs, cats, chickens, ducks, elderly people, and twerkers, right? So you have to find time, and then when you're running a lot, you just go like, hey, I'm running, that's fine, we're good to go. I stretch, I run, and I sleep as much as I can. But in order to be able to put in a really decent amount of miles, which is needed for success in the marathon, you have to build up the weekly mileage to a substantial, for you at the time, amount. Like you don't have to run 100 miles a week or 120 or 140. All that stuff comes at a later time if you ever get to that point, or if your body is one of those type of bodies that can do and needs that or whatever. But whatever mileage you're doing now, if you're not hitting like that goal and you've tried a couple times, from what I've heard, experience, I don't really have that experience, but you need the volume just needs to increase. Maybe not the intensity, because I mean people go like, oh, let me add some more miles, but then they're also trying to run hard and faster during those miles, and that's not the thing. Your body just needs to. There's a certain barrier that you need to get past, and higher mileage weeks help you do that. But being injured reminded me or showed me that how important the strength training, the stretching, the foam rolling, the core workouts, the rest, the real rest, getting them, the sports massages, getting some of the kinks worked out, all that stuff, like yoga, all that, how important those things are to have a successful marathon training segment, and how important those things are, and how much they show up if you did or did not do them on the day of the race. So this video was really supposed to just be a follow-up to that old one. This video is 1,000% inspired by Billy Yang. If you don't know who Billy Yang is, I'm not really sure what to tell you. Pause this video, subscribe to my channel, go search up top or wherever it is, search Billy Yang. I'm not going to spell it. Billy Yang, it's Billy Yang. And check out his channel. You'll see some amazing, well put together videos. Nothing like this, so don't be worried to have to watch something like this again. But dope guy. I had him on my show, the Run, Eat, Sleep Show. You can find that on Instagram, and then also you can find it on any podcast platform that you listen to. And he inspired me to do this because he watched that embarrassing video that I just showed of me a long time ago, and he's like, you should do another one. So here we are. Thank you, Billy, for inspiring me to do this. But this recap of 2 years later, I said I was going to try to qualify for Boston and try and do whatever, and I have officially done that, and I feel amazing. I feel like I could have done better than the 2:48. I feel like I could have felt stronger at the moment. So I'm taking away a lot of things about this. One, that I'm extremely, I'm more mentally strong and tough than I thought I was, because the day that I ran this wasn't necessarily. It started out feeling great. Like in the morning, everything seemed it was going to be great, but when the race started, my body just wasn't. I felt better in a lot of the, longer tempo sessions that I did leading up to the, in the segment. I felt better on some of the long runs. I felt better on some of the, like I said, the tempo runs. The 12-mile tempo run, I felt better. I just didn't feel as solid as I thought I would want to have. Maybe I was just too tense or something. But the day worked out fine, so I'm not complaining about that. But taking from it, I want to do much more strength training, especially in the earlier parts of the segment, to make sure that I'm just stronger all around. So it's been like 8 days or 9 days since the marathon, so I'm going to take another few more days off before I jump back into running and actually putting in miles. So yesterday and today I've started doing core workouts and things like that, but I want to get a little stronger on that side of things. Maybe I'll document them to show the process, the plan between now and the end of the year when I start in maybe December or January to build up for Boston again, or not for again, but to build up for Boston Marathon 2022, is to run a bunch of 5Ks, maybe 5 10Ks or whatever, and then to have a strong, fast half marathon like in October, November, or something like that. So that's the goal. That's the plan. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you're still watching, I love you. Follow, subscribe, mash something, whatever. That's it. I qualified. I did it. And I feel stupendous. And I can't wait to get back into it. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys are out there running and training for something, share your story too, because, we're all in this together. There's snobby runners, there run snobs or whatever that think that we all have to be extremely fast to be able to call ourselves runners, which is crap. So your story will inspire more people than you know. So share it. This is a shareable community. When we're out there running together, none of that stuff matters. So share your story. It can motivate more people than you know, and that's why I'm on here doing this, also because Billy said I should. So here we are. Thanks so much. Have a good time. Follow me on @ChipTimeRunning on Instagram, and also at Tommy Runs. That's TOMMIE_runs with a Z. Tommy Runs. Follow me on Instagram. I will try to do more of these videos and share with you the journey of getting ready for 5Ks, 10Ks, and stuff like that. Maybe we'll do like a year-long thing. I don't know how many times I'll do this. Hopefully you like it. Peace.